up? What's up, Mr. Godfrey?
Chilling.
What's up?
Chilling.
I think we gotta get you a new intro video pic or two, because you're more slender in the face now.
I know.
I feel like it's only gonna do you justice, right? We gotta be fair.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not gonna hurt if we do that. Not gonna hurt. So
We'll recreate the intro.
Yep.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. What's going on, y'all? How we doing this evening?
Yeah, man. It's cold. Man, it's getting cold now. Winter is here.
100% here. I was just talking to Kyle over in Cali or whatever, and he was saying, "It's like, yeah, man, I'm in a t-shirt and shorts." I'm like, man, it was like 40 degrees today. Yesterday it was like 25-mile-an-hour winds. It was like winter out here. It's sleeted for about 30 minutes today.
Yeah, did it?
Yep.
I thought I heard that. I was trapped in my lair today.
Nope. It was definitely coming down for a while. It wasn't just some BS like 5-minute float session. That it kept up for a while.
Really?
Yeah, man. It's cold out there. East Coast is feeling the burr.
It's all right. All the Cali homies though, when they see I hear them out here like, oh man, it's raining, it's 55. I'm cold. Help. I need my pillow. Give me my stuffed animal. I'm like, I always make fun. I'm like, yo, you guys are soft. We eat 55 for breakfast out here. That's springtime.
Man, listen, 55 is a beautiful day, bro.
Getting out the shorts, getting out the tank tops at 55 degrees.
Yep. Crazy white boys will definitely be out 55 degrees with shorts on, no problem.
Like no problem.
Mm-hmm.
No problem at all. But yeah, we got, man, I still feel like SEMA's been 2 weeks now, right? It's been at least a couple weeks.
Yeah, 2.
Right? It's been a roll.
Yeah.
This year went. This year has been crazy. So
yeah, it's all blur, man.
It's all blur. But SEMA was awesome. MTE's around the corner, which is wild to think of, actually.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast that's gonna come around.
It's like,
well, dude, think about it.
Whoa, can we get a break? Can we get a break?
Bro, we're a week out from Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? We're gonna be 1 year in on the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Solid, rock solid every week. Shout out to us. Where's the round of applause at? You always got this damn audio board going. You can't even give us a round of applause. Godfrey.
That's for the haters out there. Okay, guys, relax.
1 year later, still can't get the audio board right. But, we love him anyway. Big shout out to the Godfrey for consistency.
It's comedic timing, the inconsistency is consistency. But
that's fact.
So, yeah, man, we got a special guest today. Some of you may have heard of her. Some of you may have not. I think a lot of you have. We got JT from Studio 94 Detailing. And now I like to travel, so the Godfrey may pop up on you. And this is kind of what happened with JT. I knew Swanky. I popped up on her. She gave me a tour and all that of the facilities. And, it all came to fruition. This is kind of how networking works. I ran into Chelsea. Shout out to Chelsea. She, funny story about that. But we'll bring in JT first so she can chime in on that. What's up?
What's up? There we go. Back in the middle.
There you go. Yeah, Chelsea is like, oh, I had her on. You want me to connect you with? I'm like, sure. So I don't have Chelsea's number. So I'm like, all right, Chelsea's giving me her number so she could text me her number. And then I'm texting her like she's Chelsea. I'm like, yeah, are you going to send me the number? She's like, do you still need Chelsea's number? I'm like, what the? I'm like, Chelsea, why wouldn't you give me your number first and then text me her number? And it fooled me because she's 717, 714, like the area code. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, maybe Chelsea's from Cali, like originally. I don't know. And so we were laughing about that, but then we got it through and,
the direct tap in.
I'm convinced I would only got her on the podcast with an in-person visit to California, though. That is the only way I think that would happen.
That's actually the only way, because this wouldn't have happened over text. I'm actually so bad at texting. How long did it take me to get you my photos and then my logo?
It did, but I buffered you a little bit. I knew where I could take it, and I was like, all right, let me build this in a little bit of buffer time, and we got it there right in time. So
yeah. Jamie
would have probably told me to go pound sand anyway, because he would have been frolicking California if I asked him to make it over the weekend. So,
that's a fact.
So, but it was cool, man. I went there. I got to meet Swanky for the first time, which is really cool. I mean, that's one of the cool perks of SEMA is you get to meet a lot of faces that you meet online or through over. And I happened to be going to Cali because it was an hour plane jump. And I planned on trying to see some of the homies out there because everybody's always like, hey, with our presence in California, come by and see me. And I called Swanky. He's like, "No, you're really here?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." I'm like, "I'm here." And he's like, "Come out for lunch tomorrow." I called him on Friday night, driving down to Pasadena, and then I went up to Westminster, which is where the shop's located. And I got a grand tour. Got to meet JT and got to meet Swanky, which was really cool. We got a cool team picture, and with our team, and got to hand out some bars, some stickers and all that fun stuff. Got to talk about the live bars. So it was cool, man. It was. I felt very welcome there, and
Well,
they got some unique cars. I got to come back. Yeah.
You're gonna have to come back because it's good that you came and you saw it because you're gonna see the before and then you have to see the after because we're closing for like 20 days. We're gonna demo the whole back area, redo it. So yeah.
Yeah, you guys had a full. You got an area for PPF now. You're gonna have right the tent.
Yeah, we're gonna knock that all the way back. I think right now we can only fit one car. We're gonna extend it all the way back to like the back wall of the building, and so we can get 3 cars in hopefully.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's just so much work to do. So it'll be fun.
So
you had some unique cars.
The plan is closing for 20 days. Is that what you said?
Closing for 20 days. I'm hoping that clean room extension. Well, we're gonna do that first. But I'm hoping that clean room extension really doesn't take more than a week because then we can still fit at least 3 cars in there and then still work during it because shit's expensive. So closing for 20 days, I'd be homeless. So I can't close for too long. But yeah.
Yeah, it's risk versus reward there. I mean, obviously you have the growth to be able to do it. You want to take in,
exactly
more clients, have bigger space. So are you offering new services at the same time? Or is it you just need more room to do your existing services?
We just need more room. I mean, we just don't have the room. Yeah. So I think we're at capacity for services. I don't want to get into anything too crazy. I know my business partner talked about like buying a printer and printing custom vinyl wraps, and I quickly told him, "Fuck no, I don't want to get into that." We got the ceramic coatings, the paint corrections, the standard detailing stuff, and then we've got window tinting and then paint protection film, which comes hand in hand with vinyl. So
okay,
films, detailing, that's it. No custom printing, no other crazy stuff. This is the growth that the business has, and I think as far as growing, it's just growing in capacity of customers.
Okay. Now, are you, as far as staffing goes, I mean, do you have a steady crew do you have to bring on more employees because you guys are maxed out? Is it like once you get to 3 bays, you'll be able to be like triple booked? Like, I mean, how are you?
I think, we've got the core. We got Swanky that you talked about, and then Dalton. Those are my 2 ride or dies. So the 3 of us handle all and everything detail. We got a part-timer who helps us prep the cars, and then we got a tinner and we got a PPFer. And the PPFer is also a vinyl guy. I don't want to hire more unless I absolutely have to, because with the crew that we have now, like we could definitely handle at least 25 to 40% more volume. And then I would rather get everyone paid more than just start bringing in more people. And then, I want to make sure like everyone who's here makes like a good chunk of change.
So you would have been my type of sales manager. Like I wasn't a sales manager. Like some sales managers are like, let's flood the floor. And some sales managers are like, let's let everybody eat and see where the cup overfloweth and then go from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I love the fact that you're doing that though, because I mean that's something we believe in strong here at BioBombs too. It's like, I'd much rather like people like, oh man, you could PPL, you could do this, you could do that or whatever. And just for us, it's like, nah, like I want to keep as much of what we're doing getting rotated back into the business for development. I want to make sure that our people are taken care of because, obviously, man, like it's a big sacrifice to, give your time up on something in life or whatever. And if we can be influential in making sure somebody's life's a little bit better who's involved and giving us their time, I think that's awesome. So I definitely support that 100%.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You had some like unique Toyotas on there. I saw this Land Cruiser that was mint pretty much.
Oh yeah. That was getting a full car PPF on that one. That one actually, funny story, Dalton.
Clean older Land Cruiser. Yeah. What year was it?
95 diesel, right-hand drive.
That's that Biggie Smalls Land Cruiser right there.
And there was not a single dent or anything, like not even like the tiniest little like nipple of a dent. Like it was the perfect clean body line. There was like some rust on the rear.
What color is it?
Some rust on a window gasket, but other than that, it was perfect.
What color?
Black.
Damn.
But originally, just paint correction, ceramic coating, and Dalton went like full crackhead mode and got that thing looking so good. when Dalton's like polishing in the zone, we say he's like in his tweaker mode.
Yeah.
If we have anything intense, like we had a Subaru and there was a WRX and the door jambs were just flooded with water spots because the owner was like a rinse, dry, drive off kind of guy. He's not a detailer, right?
Yep,
And so
yep,
the
yep.
interior, he never wiped his door jambs ever. And so he got a ceramic coating with us. The paint looked great. The door jambs were like so, and I'm like, dude, that's like an extra $800 if you want us to polish the door jambs. So that's the kind of job I stick D on because he loves that shit. He gets like a 1 inch or 2 inch, and he went to town on those door jambs. But when the Land Cruiser came in, it was black car, 95, pristine. Don was like, I'm gonna go stupid on this, and he did. He went so stupid that it looked so good that Chris was like, all right, we got to PPF the whole thing now. So
Love
that's
it.
the story of how we got that full car PPF in there.
Love it.
The thing
Yeah.
was clean, dude. Clean. Because I always used to seeing rusted, like beat up Land Cruisers go for money when I used to work on a Toyota lot. And I always saw this thing would get all the money and then some. That's how clean that thing
Oh
was.
yeah, dude, that thing on the lot will be listed. I mean, even if it had 150,000 miles on it,
30,000 easy.
at least, bro. They might even
Mhm.
try to push 32,999 out of that damn thing on the sticker.
Yeah.
Straight up. That's wild to think about, bro.
Yo, then I saw some of your videos and you had this Acura NSX in there. What year was that NSX? With the white wheels,
That
black,
one,
with the red emblem, right?
that one was a 92, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And then there was another. You had the what's the box truck that I see that Honda has now? That it's the kit truck.
The K truck.
Yeah, the K truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yo, I want one of those so bad.
Yeah, they're fun. I think you just have to like register them in South Dakota or Montana because they're not street legal in California, I don't think. So, but no, they're not street legal. I think you just can't register it. I don't think they're legal to own with a California license plate. But yeah, if you register it South Dakota, Montana, I think Delaware's the other one, you can drive it. It is street legal. We've seen them on the road.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dealerships in I guess it's like North Jersey that sell them. They like literally they bring them in by the masses and they have whole parking lots full of them and they just flip
It's
them.
crazy.
Well, I mean, they're fun and they're so economical. I think it's
hell yeah.
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 You get like 30 something miles to the gallon. It's like so small and it's so light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're unique over here in this country. We're like, yeah, we want this big boy truck right away. And like when I've traveled overseas, it's like bing, little trucks. They don't like you're not gonna see it
nowhere
coming.
because you don't have roads like that anywhere else either, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, and they're not trying to play the gasoline prices that were, because they're doing diesel and they're filling up by the liter, and it's like, so it's a little bit different of a play, but even still, it's like when I go to London, like you'll see even the tractor trailers are like smaller. You know what I mean? It's just anywhere around the world, so it's kind of crazy. We're the outlier there, but we have such a big car market, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Jessica, real fast before we get slipped away, because we're so bad at answering the chat or even commenting to the chat. We love you guys for being there and holding it down, even though we ignore you most of the time. It's not on purpose. It's just we get really distracted.
Well, sometimes it's on purpose, depending who's throwing a question. Like
that's true. If Aaron's in,
if Aaron's in the chat,
we always ignore Aaron.
Yeah.
What's the price for a full car PPF on a midsize SUV? Rough.
Well, that comes down to the car, because I mean, if you take a midsize SUV, something like a Cayenne is going to cost more than a RAV4. Because when it comes to PPF, it's partially about size, because the film is the square footage matters, but then majorly it's about the difficulty. So the curvier,
like an Audi or something curvy, you have to make sure you work
harder the lines.
Yep.
If we were to, and then there's clear PPF, and then there's a color change. So stealth or color PPF, we would consider a color change because you have to hide all the color. So we just did an Audi SQ8 black to stealth. That is considered a color change. That one runs for about 8 to 85.
Okay.
But if they went clear, and we didn't have to be so particular and like wrap every single thing, just like wrap where we could.
Yeah.
Then there's like the conversation comes into like disassembly. So we have to fully disassemble if we're doing a color change. Where if it's clear, we disassemble where we need to tuck. Right. But it's not a necessity to tuck. Right. If you went clear, it'd be like 72 to 75.
You're not paying that much more extra for the color then to stealth out. I'd stealth out all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. If I ever did full PPF, I'm stealthing it for sure.
It looks. I think stealth on silver looks better than stealth on black. Personally, I'm waiting for the
silver truck too. I need it.
Yeah,
that's what I needed to hear.
Yep.
Um,
Road trip out to Cali.
no, I mean, yeah, that's a road trip, dog.
I would, if I was gonna go to someone specific out in Cali, I would truck it out there. If I'm saying like, I'm not driving, I would truck it then fly. That would be me.
Ship that thing out there.
Ship that thing out there. So I want to throw you a curveball though. So I was doing my pre-show research as I like to do, and I noticed you said you were going to be a firefighter at once. This is going to lean into like how you got into detail, and I think, but I noticed the LAPD or LA firefighter, not LAPD firefighter shirt or hat, and then you
the
said
LAFC one.
Yeah, and then you said in one of your videos you were training at one point to be a firefighter. So
Yeah.
we'd like to ask how you got into detailing. So I have a feeling that might lead into that. Am I wrong?
Detailing was my first job ever, and I never even considered it as a career. It was something I did on and off since I was like 16, like freshly 16. And yeah, it was always, and then mind you, detailing
Back then,
is
it's not the
loose.
same.
Oh my God. Now that I know what I know, I was botching cars back then. My God.
Yep.
I was swirling up paint like crazy.
Yeah.
But I was essentially like a mobile car washer part-time that I started in high school, and then that kept going through college. I'd hit up the guy that I was working for when I was in college. I'm like, I'd be home for the weekend and be like, hey, you have any cars lined up? I'd love to jump in for the weekend while I'm home from college. And I just never really took it seriously. It was what it was, a means to make money. And then when I was pursuing a career, I just never even considered it. But COVID happened, my business blew up. Somehow this turned into what this is. Just from, I think my quality at a certain point did switch, and it grew into this, which is insane.
So you attribute a lot of the boom factor from COVID?
Oh yeah.
The COVID
For
effect
some reason,
was crazy for detailing.
yeah.
Crazy.
Detailing was insane, but it was like so interesting because like during COVID, like some businesses just crumbled and died, but for some odd reason, mobile detailing just blew up. I mean, all of detailing just blew up.
I know. It
But
really
yeah,
did. Everybody was looking to find a way to make some money at home, or while they were not working, whatever, the economy, whatever was going on. And it
Yeah.
just, I don't know how, why. I mean, brands blew up, businesses, mobile people blew up, shops got busy. The dealerships were trading in all types of wild trade-ins. There was all types of work at the dealerships. Like, it's just, it was a weird play.
Yeah.
Shout out to COVID.
Yeah. I never considered this as a career. Like I believe me, like I enjoyed it all throughout high school when I was doing this part-time. I enjoyed it. Obviously I enjoyed it enough to like pursue this thing and go from like a mobile car washer to a paint corrector to like a detailer. I took it to all those levels, but I always just thought it was going to be like side money until COVID. And then side money quickly became like, oh, this is like real money. This is like overtaking my day job, So, but yeah, pursued
So you were
that
going to
was
be
like,
you were going to be a firefighter?
yeah, pursued that. Did like, the training camps and everything. And I don't know if anyone's familiar with like firefighting in California. It's like a process. And sometimes you interview and you don't hear back from that interview for like 8 months. And that was the case. I
8
literally,
months.
oh yeah, because you have to interview like to 60 different departments or counties, because some of them are individual like standalone departments or stations, and then some of them like they operate under like pretty much a union kind of thing. So there's like
Oh, so it's
LA
not
County.
volunteer out there.
No, it's a career. Like you start at like 85,
No
and
shit.
then you're like six. You get your certs. You're an engineer. You're a paramedic. Whatever. We have to be an EMT to even get in there. But as you climb up the ladder, like by halfway through your career, if not earlier, you're already sitting on like a salary of like anywhere from 180 to 250. Like this was
Wow.
this was my goal. Did the interviewing process, did the training camps, did the interviewing process, and was kind of just sitting on my hands, like still waiting for stuff. And that's when my mobile detailing thing completely took off. And when I got the offer in, when I finally heard back, I was like, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing now. So
No way. Wow.
yeah.
That's what's up.
But
Well,
if I got that
shout out
call
to the
from like,
curveball.
if I got a call from any fire department before this business took off, like I wouldn't even be here, because
Wow.
I am so grateful for all this, but it's a lot of work to be a business owner. You guys know, If you could just like clock in and clock out and like follow someone's instructions, life would be a lot simpler.
Yeah, I
But
think
then,
we want that, but I don't think we really want that. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like we talk about like, oh yeah, how cool would it be to just punch out at 5 o'clock and be done? And it's like, yeah, I mean, it would be, I guess, cool for a day or two, but
yeah,
I kind of function personally, I function better in the chaos. Like the busier I am, kind of like the more I'm able to kind of, be focused and get it in and do what I need to do. Like I feel like when I'm like, I have a hard time sitting around chilling because I feel like there's something I could be doing. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's like aspirational as business owners to have those like, oh, one day I'm gonna do nothing. But then I
Yeah.
think in reality, if that became like a thing, you'd be like, oh, I'm bored as
Yeah.
hell.
It's the
So
same as like football players. They get done playing football and they're like commentating or whatever because they like are like doing analyst stuff or whatever. They like
yeah,
just can't get away from the game because it's like what you know. You know what I
yeah,
mean? There's some
yeah,
cats in the game right now. I mean, shout out to Ivan and some of these other dudes that are older in the game or whatever. Like they've been in the game for years. Like Mike Phillips and shit. They're not getting out anytime soon.
mm-mm.
Hmm. Yeah, Ivan, he will have no problem going to SEMA and just, polishing the hood and demonstrating to someone he's in his zone. And you can watch it right to the right, look at him. I mean, I think some people are creatures of habit and they like routine. Me personally, if I was a retired professional athlete and I had millions in the bank, I could find more than enough. I would never be home. Like, where's Godfrey at? What part of the world he's in now? You know what I mean? But I I do think observing business owners and working with them, it's like I do think that they like that constant action. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's the thing. The constant action. You got a pretty good vibe going at your place. When I walked in there, didn't feel tense. I didn't hear people yelling at people across the floor. Like, like certain business, you're like, oh, people just start losing their mind. You guys seemed relaxed. It was a Saturday. People, I always
I
feel
think
like
it's
anything car,
I
relax.
think it's a California thing too. I think we're a little more laid back here, Southern California.
Yeah, it's definitely not like that in the Bioboss phone calls and meetings. Some of them joints get
No,
hot.
sir. Nope. No, sir. Yeah, it's like Cobra Kai in there. You know what I mean? For the week, so.
Enter the circle.
No. But yeah, I mean it's yeah, man, no felt pressed. I always observe those things when I go into business. You guys seem productive, but like just in your flow. You know what I mean?
Well, it's nice that you're perceiving me that way because in my head I feel pressed every second of every operational hour. I feel like as from 9 to 5 are hours. I'm always like on edge because we do take like walk-in consultations, and I'm just so like I don't know. I think I'm right at the cusp of my career here with the public. I really need a vacation to just reset because I'm so on edge when people come in right now. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta get this job. I gotta pay the bills. But
What's your perfect vacation look like?
I honestly right now I'm itching to go back to Vietnam. So I think my perfect vacation is a long international one with no phones, no social media,
Love
no
that.
comments.
That's kind of why I like I like traveling internationally too. I saw your video about your trip and the tour guys that were so good. You booked them 5 years later, and you came back on the last day just to go there one last day to get food there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. How far
There's
is the
something
flight?
It's a 17-hour flight, but
Even from Cali, it's 17 hours.
yeah. There's something about an international trip that you just feel so much more. And I know globally we're all plugged in, right? Wi-Fi is everywhere. Connection. That's like the beauty of social media. We're on a call right now. You
Yep.
guys are in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
That's the cool thing about that. But something about international, even though all of these global communication pathways exist, you still feel a little more disconnected because you're just so much further. Like you're in a whole other country. So
That's a long flight.
yeah. But
That's
it's there's actually no direct flight, so you do have to do a layover. I think you either stop in Japan if you book a certain flight, or Taiwan if you book another one. So it's like an 11-hour stint and then 6, or it's like 9 and 8. But
Okay.
you don't have to do all 17 at once.
17 at once would be a wild
Yeah.
flight.
I mean, there's that really high class Singapore airline, I think, that does that where it's like a hotel room on the plane. But it's like
the
thousands
homie,
of dollars.
yeah, our homie Chris goes to India for work or whatever, and like he takes one of those, like I forget what it's called. I'm such an Just
Like dining, there's like a dining room in it.
yeah, like a bar,
Anyway.
like you know, you got your own little pod area and stuff like that or whatever. But I mean, that's
Yeah.
because like that same thing. It's like a 17-hour flight or something like that.
I think that's good though that you recognize to take a vacation, because I do meet a lot of small business owners, and I think, and
Right
you
here.
know, and
That don't take vacations.
yeah, you got to smell the
Right here.
roses sometimes, and you got to know what it is, because it kind of gives you a different perspective, and it helps reset your mind when you get out of the country, I think, and kind of see things from a different point of view. And
Yeah.
I think it also, you know, even though we're connected, it still allows you to unplug somewhat, because naturally the reason why, especially going, is because the time zones are different. So people aren't going to be able to, they're not going to be able to access you, even if they want to, even if they still do, because the time zones are different. So they're going to be hitting you up. You're like, yeah, I'm asleep, dog. Like, you know what I mean? So naturally you're going to have to unplug somewhat, because you won't be able to manage it with the time zones. When you're 7, 9, 10, 12 hours different time zone, like it's, you're still going to naturally be able to get unplugged. That's the great thing about going international. You know, you are either going to be really ahead or really behind, and they won't be able to sync up with you to bother you. And not that they're bothering you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just,
in order to get the disconnect.
No, you can say it. They're bothering you. So people bother you? I'm just kidding. You don't
Well,
appreciate your job at BioBonds? No.
Yeah, it's probably more my day job where I get bothered than the BioBombs ones. The BioBombs ones, I'm used to getting calls like, I don't know, 24/7, but that's, you know, that's fine.
The connections are so much different with bio.
Yeah, it's more personal, but
yeah, absolutely, it's fun.
But I'm like that too. Even in my day job, like there's a lot of restaurant owners that I became really cool with, and they hit me up at any time. You know what I mean? It's a cultural thing. Certain cultures are like, yeah, man, you're working. You're like certain, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, no, it's the bother thing. You know, sometimes you think that, but you know, it's never like mean. It's just like you just have this response in your head. You're like, damn it, what now? You know what I mean? You know, and it's not the person; it's just the moment. You know. So that's pretty cool. So you got into detailing. Now I was talking to you about, I like to ask everybody about this, like, you know, and you kind of told me, but the audience didn't hear it. Studio 94, the inspiration for your name was?
So I'm born in 1994. That's where that comes from. But it's because Studio 54, the massive gay drugs rampant club back in the 50s or 70s, right? Was that what it was?
It's
the 70s,
early
80s, early 80s.
70s, 80s.
That's what I said to her when I was like, yeah, Studio 54. But you got to be of a certain age or higher to know that reference.
Or
Swanky
just
didn't
like
even
really, really in touch with drug culture, and then you know about it. So that's
that
the
too.
other way.
That too. You know what I mean? So that was the inspiration. So you got into detailing. So it sounds like the industry made you an offer you couldn't refuse. I mean, do you feel like when you go to your job, like I know there's pressure and all that stuff as a business owner, but do you feel like, hey man, this is what I want to do? You know what I mean? Like, this is where I want to be.
I definitely feel those moments when I'm cleaning, because I feel like at my core, I'm a cleaner. Getting into tint and PPF, I could, if I'm vacuuming a car, if I'm finishing down the wheels, putting tire shine on, like detailing a wheel well, I could do that for 12 hours and it would feel like 2. If I were to window tint for 12 hours, it would feel like 12 hours. And then if I were to PPF for 12 hours, it would feel like 6 or 8.
But is that because, and I mean this respectfully, you just don't have enough reps in yet on it, as opposed to say somebody who's just
I have more reps. I have more reps in with window tinting than anything.
Oh, really?
It's just like,
it's just not the same.
It's not where my passion is. My passion is in cleaning. So I'm grateful for this job, but I go in every day. It does, depending on what I do, time flies differently. I don't know, but what was the original question? I forgot.
Sorry, you're on it. What was the original? Man, you're asking me to remember. Wow, we're in trouble now. No,
I was trying to tell you. So it sounds like you really enjoy doing interiors. Or
yeah,
I do. Oh yeah, I do. I definitely do enjoy going to work.
Team interior.
Sometimes some days are more enjoyable than others. When it's like a day and there's like 4 cars to tint, not as enjoyable as a day where I'm getting, believe it or not, like a shithole interior detail. You know, like
that transformation just feels so good when it's done.
Exactly. So it just depends.
How do you feel? I would imagine your clientele is probably a little bit different than maybe say some of what the mobile detail guys deal with or whatever. But I mean, like my biggest gripe that I have when I'm detailing a car for somebody on a personal level, like I put all this work into your interior and I really want you to see like, yo, my car was really dirty before. Like this is amazing. And like sometimes you just don't get that reaction after all the work that you put in. Like
Yeah, it's
it's a
tough. And
burner
then,
for
well,
me. Like as many times as it happens, it still hurts a little bit every single time. Like, how do you not see what my
yeah,
fingertips are raw from trying to get all the shit out from wherever you had it hidden in your
yeah.
car? And it's like, but whatever.
My favorite is they look and they go, "Oh, looks good,"
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, "Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay." But
yeah.
then I'm like the business owner side. I'm like stressed. Like looks good as in it's just good, or like
Some
looks
people
good as
just
in
they
you
don't
think it looks
recognize
like
it the same.
shit.
Yeah, some people just don't recognize it the same way.
So
I think
you
that's what it
guys
comes down
you're
to.
afraid of that person that's like he's gonna say it looks good just because he wants to be polite and he's not telling you the real feelings
And then
behind
he's
what he thinks.
unhappy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's personal insecurity for me. I don't know what it is for you, Jessica, but for me, it's personal insecurity. I'm like, am I not good enough? Did you not like my work?
That's funny. That's funny. So that brings, since you're an interior person, I might as well ask this now: steamer versus extractor, which one?
Steamer. Steamer.
Yes.
Steamer. Steamer all
Give
day
us your
long.
reasoning why. We have deep reasoning why, Krishna. I'm giving you. Give us your reason why.
I really think like there's no, I mean sometimes you need the extractor, you just need the extractor.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I feel like more often than not, you just don't ever really need to introduce that much water. And it's not even that much cleaner.
Mm,
I think with
speak on
proper
it.
agitation, you can
Speak on it.
lift like proper chemicals, proper agitation, you
Mm.
can lift the dirt to the surface, mop it up with the steamer rather than completely just like saturate. I feel like every time I extract, like I feel like I'm dumping a bucket of water on something, and it's like,
Where's the clap? Where's the clap at?
The audience appreciates that answer. Really appreciates that
Absolutely,
answer.
we love
yeah.
it out here.
I think if you know what you're doing, you're familiar with your chemicals and you're familiar with the techniques and the methods, like there's no reason you can't just use the steamer. Sometimes you're gonna get a customer who pissed themselves on a road trip because they're fucking weird instead of just pulling over. They're like, oh yeah, I just decided to pee in my seat and then I kept driving in it. Yeah, that one I'm gonna use an extractor to get all the way in there because they just admitted to me they peed
Yeah,
about
yeah,
two
yeah.
trips into their own seat,
Yeah.
But
Sir,
uh,
would you like the flammable option where I burn the seat? Like, I want to burn this off. I don't know if the
You would think
extractor.
somebody would at least lie to you. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe someone did lie to us when they did it with us, but like we've had like stray cats got in my Tesla and sprayed everywhere, and like for me, immediately my mind goes down the gutter, and I'm like, well, this probably was a little bit deeper of a story. It maybe wasn't a stray cat.
Stray
Maybe
cats
it was
just got in there. We're like,
yeah, somebody had a bad night. They let themselves go, whatever. We've had, I took grandma to the hospital or, the doctor's appointment and something happened or whatever. But yeah, those are like the grimier interiors
yeah,
jobs. I don't mind any of like the dirty, gunky, like kid minivan kind of transformations for me. Like they're a pain in the ass to do, but like there's just something really gratifying about like taking a bomb that went off inside
yeah,
of a minivan and turning it back to like an actual like sellable, whatever, re-enterable
yeah.
car again, where the parents are like, oh my gosh.
did you have you ever turned down a job that was just so out of whack? You're like, we can't do this here. Like,
Yeah, but it's like not for like gross reasons. I've turned down a job where customer was expecting brand new seats and I'm like, it's burnt. I can't do anything for you. So here's what I'll do instead. I'll just not not take on the burn, like, oh yeah, I've got a cigarette hole in my seat. I'm like, can you fix that? I go, no, straight up, I can't fix that. So, and they're like, well, the only reason I came in was because I thought you could repair cigarette burns in a cloth seat. I can't. So I've turned it down in the sense because that was the only thing they came in for. Because obviously, if you come in for a detail and like that's one of your problem areas, I'll communicate, hey, that's not going to be able to be brought
Mhm.
back. It's fucking burnt. But the only time I legitimately turned one down, this guy had like a broken seal on his Kia and it rained and it was completely soaked. I took out the back seat, I took out the trunk liner, and then when I took out the back seat, it was so heavy because it was soaked in water. And I straight up said, I don't, and it was already molding. And I go, I don't know
Mm.
what the fuck I'm gonna do for you. Buy a new seat. And he goes, well, I don't know how to buy a new seat. And I sent him a link to Kia's dealership. And he goes, well, I don't know how to put it in. And then I sent him a YouTube link. And he goes, does it come out? I go, of course it comes out. I just sent you a picture of your soaking wet seat. Like I took the whole thing
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that was the only one I had to turn away because there was nothing to do other than buy a new seat.
Okay.
But yeah,
Do you, and this is just random because you were talking about burn holes in a seat. Do you fix them in carpets if you have them?
no.
No. I'll give you a little trick real fast on how to do it. But real fast, what steamer do you use? Because the chat's going crazy talking about the Dupre and all these other ones. Because we did a bunch of videos with the minis and we dropped the mini in a Dupre or whatever. And then Jamie did a video and he tagged Dupre. Dupre was like, we don't recommend putting anything inside of our steamer. So like there's this whole little sidebar chat going on in the comments about Dupre and they don't mess with us and whatever. So who do you use for your steamer?
Standard McCulloch. Nothing
McCulloch?
crazy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I'm surprised you don't have a chief up there yet or over there yet.
We at one point Dalton brought in like a VX. We had that for a bit, but honestly, like we don't, with being in pretty much like 60% of business is in films, and then of the 40% that's detailing, the majority of that is ceramic coating. We just haven't really had a need for a crazy top of the line steamer. The McCulloch gets the job done.
You use that for film, right? Or no?
No, for film we have the Jiffy. We use the Jiffy for film.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I always say though, you want a good steamer, but you can, even a DIY person, you can get even a low cost steamer and it could get the job done with the right chemicals. I think throw that mini in there or something like that, But that's interesting. They had the Lambo steamer at SEMA, and that thing was ridiculous.
Is that the one where it like steams and vacuums and like blows air in it at the same time? You do this like full suck thing.
First choice had it at their booth or whatever. The rep for Lamborghini came out or whatever. I forget what he said it went for price wise. I want to say it was like 10 grand, 12 grand.
Yeah, I think it was like around 10 grand.
10 grand. It had else. I mean, of course, you throw a screen on it, you could throw another $1,000 price tag on it, right? So it's got like a digital monitor on it, and it's like it said it had like 12 different presets, which I can't really see how you need that many different presets on a steamer. But I mean, you can steam a whole car. Like it only runs. You can run it for, they said like 12 hours on 1.5 gallons of diesel or something like that.
What the fuck? That's
it was it was wild.
It definitely was attracting people to the booth for sure because people see it. It was a spectacle for sure. I was like,
he's like, yeah, it's got a Lamborghini engine. He like lifts up the front thing. You see like a Lambo engine underneath there. You're like, yo, it's pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty dope.
That's crazy. It'd be like basically wearing a Rolex to a detail. Like, let me wear the Rolex while I'm detailing, I'm getting grimy. You know what I mean? I'd be afraid to mess it up. It'd be like a 10 grand machine sitting there.
You gotta wipe that thing down every day when you put it away.
Yeah.
Like, what are you charging to make sure that purchase is worth it? I feel like you got to be charging like $1,000 interior. So like,
well, like you can steam a whole car, a whole exterior, which is to me is wild. But I mean, I guess there's a certain attachment or whatever that you put on that thing, and it sets the PSI or whatever for whatever the recommended PSI and heat temperature would be to steam a car clean. I would imagine it will work really well. I mean, obviously hot water, right? If you take a dirty dish,
right,
you run cold water over it, it's not going to do half as much as warm water or hot water on it. You would think paint can take the heat because it's getting beat up by the temperature of the sun, beating on it for hours at a time. So it's like you would think, I don't know, does that break down a ceramic coating over time? Because you're introducing such hot steam like that. Who knows? But I'm curious to learn more about steaming the exterior of a vehicle.
That was like a thing a while ago. We had a really bad drought in like 2013 here in California, where this is where I say I was like fucking up cars because we were doing waterless washes. That's all we could do, and we were doing them on absolutely filthy cars that like definitely needed water. But the drought in California back when I was in high school and doing this was so bad. Like police were going around and patrolling neighborhoods for anyone watering their lawn. So every mobile detailer was on. It was either Griots or O&R. Those are like the two big ones.
OG ones, yeah.
That's for like light dust and whatever. But we were doing like people who just got back from an off-road, like, trail run and washing cars like that. So we were like fucking them up. But I know Kyle Clark, who's with Autofiber now,
I was just talking to Kyle right before the podcast.
Yeah, he invested in one of those crazy steamer things he was telling me about. I was like, I've never heard of that in my life. He goes, you didn't have this back then during the drought? I go, Kyle, I was fucking 16. No, I didn't. I was so, but yeah, I guess he was doing that for like a year during the California drought, which is crazy.
Now,
You gotta adapt and overcome. I mean, might as well ask now. So, like, do you like rinseless or nah? Not your thing.
I do like rinseless,
Okay.
not ever as a rinseless.
I
I love
I
it.
tell I am too about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm
like
the same
it.
way. Traditional wash for me all day.
Yeah. I like rinseless as a window cleaner. I like rinseless as a detail spray. I like rinseless as an interior cleaner. Sometimes, if it's
Yep.
not too
Yep.
dirty. I like
100%.
rinseless for anything but rinseless washing.
Yep. That's how
Yeah.
I am too.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So I talked to some of your employees, and I said, I noticed you had like little phrases you like to come up with in some of your videos. So I asked them like, what are the top 5 or top 3 phrases that she uses in the shop? So I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you the phrases, but I want you to
Okay.
guess which one is number 1 out of them. So
Okay.
I was told bellow is something you say a lot. Bellow.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what else we got. You guys chill.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Um,
Gonna go home and feed my dogs.
it's not feed my dogs. It's gonna go home and poop my dogs because I have to like give them their potty break.
So, which one do you think is number 1?
I think you guys chill because I say that like 6 times a day. I feel like when I'm checking in.
The correct answer was I'm gonna go home and feed or poop my dogs. Is
Yeah.
the one that's most used.
I can relate to that one. I can
That
relate to that.
happens. Yeah, because I have a senior dog. He's 8.
Much
I
love
got
for
him when
that.
he was 8. He's 17 now. I don't know how he's,
OMG.
Wow,
Wow.
that's
but
amazing.
he's pretty incontinent.
17 is amazing.
17. He's my miracle dog actually because he almost died 2 years ago. But he's pretty incontinent, so I'm always worried about him. And if you go to my house, it's crazy. There's like towels and rugs and blankets everywhere because I don't want him shitting all over the house, right?
I
And then
know.
there's
It's
like
so bad when they get older.
yeah, there's a baby gate that's like blocking off the stairs. There's like another baby gate blocking off all the other stuff. So he's like kind of locked into certain areas downstairs. But I'm always worried he's gonna shit in the house because he pretty much shits in the house every 3rd or 4th day.
I dealt
Yeah.
with that like with my senior dog, and the funny thing is like they get upset about it. I learned like
Yeah.
they actually are upset at themselves. You know what I mean? Like
They have like
they're
embarrassment.
embarrassed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't realize, and unfortunately my dog, passed away a little over a year ago, and I noticed that about her, and that was like, yeah, no, they get embarrassed. And I was like, oh man, it made me look at it a whole different way. But yeah, the senior dogs. I have a special place in my heart for the senior dogs for sure.
Heck yeah, man. Shout out to the senior dogs. That's
Yeah.
crazy. 17 is wild. My old girl.
17.
Yeah, my old girl just turned 13 like last weekend or whatever. So I was like, oh man, she made it to 13. You know what I
What
mean?
kind of dog do you have?
I have 3 Basset Hounds.
Oh shit. Do you like smaller? They're on the smaller side. I feel like
They're
they
the
live
they're
long.
the largest small. They're the smallest large breed dog, from what I understand. They're
So what's
big
the
and
average?
long.
What's the average lifespan on Basset Hounds?
13 is kind of where you're at, but
Oh,
that's
shit.
because a lot of them are really overweight. Like all my girls are really skinny. Like
Okay.
they have like a hip definition and stuff. They don't
Yeah.
have like the extra fat hanging. So they say
Mhm.
dogs could live up to 2 more years if they're a healthy weight. So
I think you can get 17.
17 would be dope.
You
I
can
got
get
17. If I got a 17-year-old Adele, that would be crazy.
How old your what kind of dog is your senior dog that's 17?
He's a black lab. This is the craziest thing. He's a
Really?
big dog who's hitting 17.
That's
So
wild.
I never even thought he was going to hit 17. But yeah, I got Jack at 17, black lab mix or whatever, and then I've got Leo who turned 7 this year, and then my youngest
What's
is Leo's a pit bull,
Okay.
but he's like a small one. I call him my pocket
Like
pit
the
bull.
pits-
He's like
the pocket
40
pitties, yeah.
pounds.
Yeah.
And he's a biter. He's bit 2 people, so he doesn't
No.
get to leave the house. And then my youngest, who I didn't even want because I'm technically not allowed. I'm renting a condo. I'm technically not allowed to have 3 dogs. But he's a full size, like 110-pound German Shepherd that my mom got because she thought was going to be like a small little Rottweiler, and he just grew too big. But
German
she dumped
Shepherds
him
are
on
too
me.
smart for their own good, man. They
Yeah.
they just you can't. They're I don't know about yours, but I had one in Lumi for a while. They're pretty active. I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they rest. Like, you know what I mean? Like
No,
Like you
they're
could,
always like on you. They're always like
yeah.
watching you and like hurting you or doing something.
It's just
Yeah, I
wild to
can't
me.
even.
Like, so your mom just didn't want him anymore and was like, Jessica, just take him.
Funny enough, my mom never even had him. She.
Oh,
That's worse than my mom, dude. She's giving away 2 cats to my sister because she thought she wanted a cat, and then she had it for 3 days. Was like, nah, I don't want this. I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like old heads are wild. They could just pass animals off and don't care. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
No, my
to
mom
me, like,
wanted.
you couldn't give me a turtle for 3 days and take it away from me without me being upset. You know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever, just get rid of the dog. We just get rid of the dog.
She wanted a dog really, really bad. And I adopt, and so I said in, I'm like, Mom, if you want a dog, you're not fucking buying one. You're gonna adopt one. And she goes,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
then you
yeah, yeah.
find one. So, but then she was so adamant she wanted like a puppy. So it took months and months and months because anytime you adopt a puppy, it's like first come, first serve. And my mom's so fucking funny. She went to the pound and she was bribing the ladies there. She would see them every Friday.
I love that.
Coffee, pastries, snacks.
I love that.
And they were like, oh, Jocelyn, like, we'll let you know about the next one. Sure enough, they let her know. My mom texted me and she was like, hey, so the lady at the pound just let me know there's like a fresh batch of puppies coming in. I'm busy at 10 in the morning when they open, but it's first come, first serve. Can you go get in line and get me my dog? So I go in line, I get the dog. After I get the dog, PetSmart, I buy the kennel, I buy food, I buy a water bowl, everything you need for like first time puppy. I take the dog to her house and I go, okay, Mom, dog's all set. He's pooped, he's peed. I'm putting him in the kennel. I have his water bowl here. I bought everything. And she goes, why are you at my house? I go, because I'm dropping off your fucking dog. And she goes, no, I'm out of town. You got to take him home with you. So first
yeah.
day, I go pick up
Shout
her
out to
dog
Ma
for
Dukes
her.
being wild. That's a
Oh my God.
crazy ask right there.
Does that fall under one of your videos? You were like, I wish I was white because I just can't say no to my parents being Asian. You were giving
I
away your
can't
fur.
know. I really can't. Because then I took the dog home. And then he never even made it to her house. And the day that I took the dog home, he was with me. She came home from her weekend trip on like a Monday. This was like Saturday morning. She came home on Monday, went straight to my house to see her new dog. And she was like, oh my God, he's so cute. Okay, what do I need to know? Like, he's potty trained, right? I go, no, Mom, he's a puppy. He's 8 weeks old. She goes, just keep him until he's potty trained. And then basically he just never made it back to her house. Because
Wow.
once I potty trained him, I was like,
Yeah, I put the work in. He's mine now.
yeah, I was attached,
Of course.
and then he got really big, and I think like when he was partially fully grown at like 6 months, my mom looked at him and goes, "I'm so glad that's not mine." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what you
That was a
expected me
backup
to
plan in
say."
her head all along. I'm telling you
Yeah,
right now, that was a backup plan all along. If this
Yo,
doesn't work out,
poor Chris M in the comments. My mom bought and gave away 7 different dogs in my childhood. Probably messed me up for life.
oh my God,
It
that's
explains
horrible.
so much of all the comments on a week. Godfrey, stop laughing. The damn man's traumatized. He's trying to have me in a safe space right now. And you're laughing at him.
I'm
That's
sorry, man.
horrible, dog. I feel terrible for you about that.
Gosh, getting attached to 7 dogs and losing it's got to be brutal.
Brutal.
Someone says your mom is a savage.
That's not even like. That's not even the worst. My mom is, I think, probably the most interesting person most people will ever meet.
That's funny. That's funny.
But I do
So-
love her. She's helped me out a lot. So I can't. She's a good mom. She's just interesting.
So do you? So I wanted to ask you, content style. Now that we're talking about, I was bringing up. I saw a video you made. It's cool. You're like, you gave away your Forerunner to your mom because she's like, I think I want your Forerunner, your old Forerunner.
Yeah.
And then you're doing a whole detail to it in a video because you're like, well, my Asian parents want it. You just don't say no. And I gave her my Forerunner. So like, how hard was that for you? Because it seems like you didn't want to give it away, and then you cleaned it at the end, and you're like, I don't want to give this thing away. It looks really good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like now it's hard to relay unless you're Asian. It's so culturally like weird. She could ask me anything and I would hate it and I would still do it. So it's like the weirdest thing. But
I mean, that's mad respect to a certain degree, man. I mean, I feel like a lot of kids nowadays lack any type of respect like that for their parents. So I think that's dope.
yeah,
Sorry,
It's
Mom.
like
You wouldn't
a-
have got my Forerunner.
it's like
It's a big ask. The
double-
Forerunner's a big ask. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
But
What
see,
year was it?
Forerunners
What year was the Forerunner?
It was a 2002 third gen. Yeah.
The best.
But
Gen.
it's like a twofold thing. I think on the other hand of this, she wants the Forerunner. She got it. I bought her Tesla off of her, and I drove that for a year, and I put all terrains on it. I wrapped it satin black. I murdered it out, and I grew attached to this Tesla. And then she was like, "Oh, I want it back." And then she literally goes, "Oh, I want it back." So that went right back to her. But then on the other
You
side of
tricked out the
that,
whip, and then mom dude's just driving around in a blacked out test.
but on the other side of that, whatever she asks, she gets. But then on the other side of that, she, immigrated this country, put a roof over my head. We never went hungry. And then if whatever I needed,
Respect.
whatever I needed, she's pulled through for. So, I mean,
feel you
I'm
on that.
buying her house. I can't afford a house in California without her help. And so when my sister graduates high school, my mom's like, "You're going to buy my house because I'm going to give it to you at a price that you can afford.
Mm.
And then I'm going to help you because she owns the house outright. She's like, I'm going to help you because it'll be interest free. And I don't want you to worry about it. I don't need to get paid a certain amount immediately. Get your life started in my house and then we'll go from there."
Yeah.
So
See, that's culturally it's different because
100%.
a lot of our parents were like, "Yeah, buddy, kick rocks. I'm selling it and I'm moving to Florida."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childhood memory, be gone.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom and dad. Y'all did a great job raising me or whatever. But I'll tell you what,
kick rocks, buddy.
I'm 43 years old, about to be 44 in a couple of weeks, and I ain't never had no damn offer like that. So
yeah,
no, but it makes sense.
If she wants my car, she can have it. If I buy a car off of her and I do all of this work and then she wants that one back as well, she can have it.
Yeah. I love that
because
though.
at the end of the day, it's and take the house aside from that, like whatever else, if I were to like straight up, if this business collapsed and I went bankrupt and then I owed like back taxes of like $80,000, whether she had it or not, she would make it work and be like, "Okay, we'll figure this out. I'll call your aunt.
I like that.
I'll call whoever and we'll figure out how to get you out of this."
I love that.
That's
Shout out to mom. Shout out to
having
mom
your back.
Tran,
Yeah.
Cool.
There's been a taking these risks in this whatever, like pursuing firefighting, pursuing whatever I wanted to. I know that if I needed to, my mom would bail me out. So I think that having that security helps you
Means a
succeed
lot.
in a certain way. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And I do appreciate that she's always made me feel like I could attempt something, because if I went broke, she would help me find money, or if I needed to, she would, let me move back in with her. So
the best part,
it's funny you say that because I have that same thing, but it's with my brothers, my sister, not so much my parents, but like I get that, like, they got your back no matter what happens. You know what I mean? There's a lot to be said there.
Heck yeah. It's like kind of like you always can navigate home. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, which is like a really, it definitely gives you the ability to be able to feel like you could take bigger risks for sure. I would
100%.
Yeah. Support's a big deal, right? Like, doesn't matter where it comes from, family, friends, whatever. You got people in your corner rooting you on, saying, "Yo, you can do it." If you have that spark where one day you wake up and you're like not as thrilled about what it is you're involved in or whatever, like having people in your corner that support you is a big deal. Or like making a life-changing decision, right? Like, yo, I'm making a career change. I want to pursue this detailing thing, whatever. It's like to have people in your corner support you and, give you that boost you need. But I guess you could argue that people who aren't in your corner, who say that you might not be able to succeed and it's a dumb idea or whatever, might be the same type of fuel. But I would think that support matters.
Support matters. So she will have my support of, I'll take on a dog you don't want and I'll give you the cars that you want, but it goes both ways. So yeah, she's a very interesting person, but I do appreciate her as a mother.
So your content style, like, let's talk about it, because talk more to like kind of like your original inspired videos. Are you like someone that you shoot it, it is what it is, do a little bit of light editing, or do you shoot it and you meticulously edit the video until it's exactly where you want it to be?
The truth is I shoot it and then I never edit and then I never post. But
I got so many of them, you have no idea.
Yeah.
I shoot it, I edit it, I look at it, I'm a little bit disgusted, I move on to the next one. That one never sees the light of day. I shoot it, I edit it, I'm a little less disgusted. That one never sees the light of day. I shoot it, I edit. I'm like, oh, this one's decent, and then I'll put it out. So you get like one every 3 months.
You're like, hurry up and post it before I change my mind.
Exactly, but
I love that. So I feel like we're the same way.
I think you did a good job. Your videos they move quick and they don't feel like they're lagging on. When I watched them, I watched about like 10 of them today, and like I feel like you even said like when you thought a video was too long, like, hey, you can times it up by 2. You know what I mean? But I felt like it flowed. You know what I mean? They felt natural.
It's any video that makes it out there, it's a miracle at this point. But
It sounds like
I'm
you got a
not
pretty arduous process.
I'm not too meticulous on like how the editing comes out. I'm more just like how disgusted I feel with myself that day if it makes it out there.
I don't mean to laugh, but I feel you on such a level that I'm
Yeah,
laughing
yeah,
because it would be pain that I feel inside myself because you're hitting soft spots on me too.
Content creators go through that. Like you're going to be your biggest critic. You know, even if you're
Yeah.
streaming, you're doing a podcast, video, no video.
Yeah.
You're going to be your biggest critic, and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, man, I suck, because you key in on the worst thing about yourself that someone else isn't keying in on. You know, even when you're doing a live production, like you'll be like, oh, this should have been, that should have been better, and then you'll talk to some people who might have listened and they didn't even notice it. You know what I mean? So we're always going to be our worst critic. That's the thing. We beat ourselves up more than anybody else.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That is
But
a fact.
I think it's a fact that it's time for the fresh AF boy around.
Oh man, time to go for a little something, something. Let me find a little. Oh, is our graphics and everything back? Yeah.
Fresh AF, boy. Fresh AF, boy.
I don't think you have any idea how
Fresh.
I really am.
Oh, did I miss it? All right. So
Oh, it's that time.
it's that time. So I wanted to ask you, do you have are you really competitive, or do you have a certain level of petty though? I wanted to ask you that because I saw this video where you went and bought an espresso machine maker because you said you're a coffee nut. So we need to know which coffee is your favorite coffee.
Okay.
You know, and you know, I watched that video and you went and bought a whole espresso machine to do this. So it was almost like I learned you're a coffee person. It was almost like I want to do this challenge.
I'm extremely competitive. I will do whatever it takes to feel better than whoever is in my sights.
It was latte art, guys. It was over
Yes,
latte art.
Yeah, that
Latte
was my friend
art.
Chris. And typically, I really only get competitive with my friends. If I don't know you, you know, I couldn't be bothered. But like we build a connection, and then suddenly you say, "Oh, I have a home espresso machine." I'm like, "Oh, I got to go get one," you know. But I do enjoy competition a lot.
Now, I thought you were going to come out and crush that latte art, and you're like, yeah. At the end, you're like, yeah, it's harder than I thought. I was like, oh man, I thought you were going to crush it, and you're like looking at it like this, like looking at like watching the
Well, you
system.
know, here's the thing.
Like,
I
you
was a
were
barista-
crouched down like this on the counter, like this. Like, look, I was like, man,
I was a barista for a year. I managed a coffee shop for a year. And the thing is, I'm convinced if I got in a shop and I had like a full grade, because like that was just like a Breville. Like if you get me like a La Marzocca, like I really think I could have gotten a latte art with a proper steamed milk. Probably
it's the
by my
tools, right?
fourth
Like
or fifth. Yeah. Imagine like paint correcting a car with
a Harbor
an
Freight polisher.
underpowered Bauer polisher versus a Rupes. Like yes, the espresso machine was $700, and then I spent like another 200 in tools, but it's nothing in comparison to like a $6,000 espresso machine, which I just wasn't going to buy. But if I did, I really am convinced I could have nailed it by like my fifth cup. So
nice.
There's some really
turns out
dope
nothing
coffee
there.
machines out there. I got a homie that's got one that's pretty expensive, and it's like wild what you can do with that thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite roast or favorite type of coffee or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on the day, I like a pour over. The mocha pot is actually my favorite, like versatile, like affordable tool. But if I go pour over, I prefer typically like a fruitier light roast, a little more acidity to it, which to
Okay.
me, the acidity ends up just tasting like berries. So I appreciate it a little bit more. But yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Okay.
naturally flavored coffee. You
Yeah.
like cream and sugar or no?
If it's pour over, absolutely not. If you're pouring me drip coffee, if you're making me a Keurig, like I have to use cream and sugar. I don't think any coffee is worse than Keurig coffee.
I don't do the Keurig thing.
They taste so plasticky, because I think Nespresso does like the aluminum pods, like that's palatable, but Keurig with the plastic.
Yeah, I feel
cups
you on
are-
that.
How do
They
you feel?
taste-
How do you feel about Costco Kirkland brand coffee? The white bag.
the drip coffee out of
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Dalton put me on this. Folgers coffee for drip coffee is actually, I think, better than Kirkland.
Really?
When's the last time you've had Folgers?
It's been a
Wow.
long time. I just learned today, and I never knew this 'cause I never really paid attention to what happened with the Manson murders and stuff back at the end of this, like 69 or whatever it was. But I didn't realize that one of the girls that got murdered was an heir to Folgers, which is a complete
shit.
sidebar. It's a complete sidebar thing.
Way
that
over
I
there.
probably didn't have to share. Yeah, but I'm saying you mentioned Folgers, so I'm just throwing out something new that I just listened to today. But go ahead. My bad.
But
Folgers.
next
go.
time, try Folgers in like a classic drip Mr. Coffee. That's what we have here in the break room. Folgers is such a smooth cup if it's like drip coffee.
Really?
I think smoother than Kirkland.
Okay. I like the Kirkland a lot. Like that first open of the bag on them Kirkland, like when you get that bag and you come home and you bust open that fresh, that like, it's like, there's something about like a freshly open bag of coffee that is just, you just can't beat that smell.
Folgers got the best coffee jingle of all time, don't they?
Oh,
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
Best part of waking up, Folgers in your cup.
Yep.
Yep. I had an old head back in the day tell me, it was a line I really liked when I was asking her how her day was going. And she said something about her coffee being so weak she had to help it up into the cup. I always thought that was a funny ass comment from an old head.
Help into that cup. Wow.
Because you don't get that from cats anymore. I'd say something we're losing in like our generation is like those like quirky, witty sayings that like they had back in the day when there was like no technology or social media or nothing. You just kind of had to be a character. So like those little witty like one-liners were like kind of part of like the grandparents' generation that I thought was dying.
So, your favorite BioBombs scent?
Oh, can I say it? Is it out?
Yeah, I'll probably get in trouble, but you say it. Go ahead, no, go ahead. You might as well say it now because it's our cat's already back. Just say it now.
Well, you say it so I don't get in trouble.
It don't matter. Ain't nobody in trouble. The thing drops in a week.
Okay.
I might have smuggled a wood scent to her, to California,
Nice. That's what's up. You like big fan?
Big fan.
I didn't know. I didn't know she was a that Birch fan. So it was actually very timely that I brought that to her.
My favorite scent was that Birch, and then I told Matt about it, and he was like, "I've got something better." And it was Woods, and I love it. It's it's like not as sweet as that Birch. It's a little bit muskier, and it feels more Christmassy because it's a little denser, I guess.
Yeah. It's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. It's like it seems more outdoorsy to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Excuse me.
She was.
That's what's up. I'm glad you like it.
See,
that's a solid one.
The randomness just turns into a beautiful plan. You know what I mean? So of the Godfrey. I just had a feeling. I was like, you know what? Let's bring this with me. I'll smuggle this out. No one's looking, have
no one's looking. Let me smuggle it out of the show from my own company with my boy.
Yo, but listen,
JT, I think I said to myself, where the hell is the prototype Woods bars at? You know what I mean? Like I don't think they came back with us. Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. And I also got him a deck of cards. So that's up there with
nice. That's what's up.
The wall of fame of one-off products that they got from other companies. I put us right in there.
That's what's up.
I got a picture for that. It's right above our heads, But
we were playing with the cards this weekend, man, having a blast.
Got them some stickers. Got all the guys some air freshener bars in there. It was pretty cool. So that's your so is that your new favorite one?
That's my new favorite. Yeah. Okay. Prior to that Birch. Actually, you know what? I really like Dope Soap.
Okay.
Nice. I think I might actually have a couple of that Birches. So
we do.
Out a couple.
We do. So that's coming up in the future, about a week. So,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This year, though, 2025. This year, very important detail.
This year.
But that's cool. So, most unique car that you ever detailed?
Boy. Someone's gonna use. I got to think about this. You guys share yours first. I can't even. I feel like there's so many.
Yeah, you got a bunch. Like one that sticks out in your mind. Like you're like, what's the car I remember? It could be for a good reason. It could be a bad reason. It could be a car that's rare that you don't ever see.
The first car that came to mind actually was a Saturn. I don't even know what trim, but this girl was a fire stick, like a twirler person.
Yeah.
And that was the most interesting car, only not because it's a cool car, but it was like the whole roof was burnt. It was black from her stick.
Was she twirling in the car?
No, she would like hustle from job to job and like
And
quickly
poke
blow
the
it out and then just like throw it back there. And then the soot on the end of those things would like scrape. And like that's the first card that came to my mind.
Saturn with soot on the roof was not on my bingo card.
No, never. Saturn Ion would have never guessed that's the vehicle you would have said.
All right. Well, listen, that's unique though.
And then also they don't even make Saturns anymore. Because I remember when I went to do
Mhm.
it, at this point, Saturn as a company was already done for. And
Mhm.
I got this booking request. I'm like, a Saturn? Who still has a Saturn?
Yeah.
This fire stick twirling girl, apparently.
That's funny.
But yeah, as far as cool cars, I am just like partial to Audis. I've never had an Audi. I would love one. I think they're really elegant.
Which
I
one would
just
you take if you had a choice for any Audi to get?
a wagon.
Thank you.
Any
Yo,
wagon.
Anybody
wagon-
who doesn't say
the wagon
what-
is underappreciated. Like
Yeah.
we were just talking
it
about the other-
is, dude. That
The-
thing is
the
so
lowered wagon back in the
nasty.
day was nice. Like
Oh, 100%.
they used to have an Acura wagon. I used to see people lower back in the day.
Dude.
They had that. They had
Beamer wagons were sick. The Volvo cross country joints.
what about the
were pretty
Volvo
nasty.
that was the stick shift with like the 400 horsepower one?
Yeah,
You ever
yeah,
see
the
that?
cross-country
David
or
Letterman
whatever
was
it was.
driving in cars with a cough.
They were fire, dude.
Yeah, yeah. The wagon is you lower the wagon a little bit. You know, you put some nice rims on that bad boy. I think it's a
Yeah.
great look.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude.
So-
Killer look. You either love
So-
a wagon or you don't, but
people don't rock the wagon like they used to, man. I feel like it might make a comeback. I feel like
should make
maybe
a comeback. Well, the
Yeah.
minivan's making a comeback. Do you guys see that? I mean, I don't know if you saw it when you were at SEMA, but I saw the video. Somebody made like a prototype Type R Honda Odyssey, and I'm like, okay, this means that the shift is shifting towards minivans are cool again. So
I would love to see it. I mean, there was like a whole bunch of talk back in the day when they were first doing like this before AI, but somebody did like a prototype like Pacifica with like a Hellcat engine in it and a ground effects kit and shit. And it just looked like raw. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I would rock that joint, like for sure. You know,
Dude,
Type
one of my
R
dream-
joint, for sure.
one of my dream cars are the A-Team van. I want that thing, man.
what is that?
He
Yeah,
does want the
it's an
18,
older show, the
Chevy, yeah, Chevy 1500. I think the box vans or whatever they were.
Yeah,
Or
but it had a
GMC,
spoiler on it.
GMC.
It kind of lowered to the front. It was silver. It's really people don't realize it's actually silver up top, black on the bottom, has a red stripe and red wheels. And it was obviously outfitted for like, urban assault kind of, but
Godfrey wants to just slide open the door with a machine
Yeah.
gun and shoot stuff.
no foam cannons. Just
yeah, true.
Just
Hook 'em right
gotta
up to the water tank. Just fire the generator up, pop the back doors open, and just start spraying people.
be one of those guys that go into the lot and charge like $1 per car and just foam it and wipe it down real quick, get out of there. You know what I mean? The power washer guys. Yeah, those, the vans and the conversion vans were always wild to me back in the day. Those things were wild. They were like, weren't quite an RV, but they were like houses on wheels.
Yeah, the VCR with the TVs, captain.
Yeah.
chairs. Yeah, buddy.
Rotating captain chair. Like,
Yep.
yeah. So, favorite cartoon as a kid?
You're young, so I'm curious to see this.
Oh, you know
Really
what?
can't
Okay. King of the Hill. I probably
Really?
should have been watching it. I was watching that at like 4 or 5 years old.
I love it.
King of the Hill's
Again.
been around for a long time.
Yeah.
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 I had
That's awesome. What a great pick.
I probably wasn't allowed to watch it, or if my mom knew what the contents were about, she'd be like, why the hell is my 4-year-old watching this? I loved it.
Yeah,
I
that's
loved it. I
awesome.
still love it. It's still one of my favorite shows. They had that like season, like the one season shot that they just released a couple months ago. After what, a 20-year hiatus or something. But yeah, good show, quality cartoon.
That's what's up.
All right, you got a few more questions.
That
So,
was a great one. We usually get like Ed, and Eddie. You know what I mean? Like maybe Rugrats is more our era. What other ones we get all the time from the youngins?
Tom,
Godfrey?
man,
It's like Ed, and Eddie. There's some other
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's one that we get a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
King of the Hill, I would have never guessed though.
Well,
That's
I didn't have
good pick.
cable, so that was King of the Hill was on
Yeah.
channel on
Fox,
Fox.
yeah,
Here
yeah,
it's like
Fox.
11, but yeah, didn't have cable. So I think the only cartoons I actually even watched growing up was King of the Hill and The Simpsons. I'm not a morning person. I never woke up early enough for like Saturday morning cartoons, so I straight up just missed those.
Okay.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
watched those growing up.
Godfrey, it all makes sense how you two connected now.
Yeah.
Godfrey's not a
No,
morning person either.
but I was a Saturday
Hate
morning
the
cartoon
morning.
kid, though. Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah, I hate the morning. It shouldn't exist. So, what product do you want to try but you haven't yet? Could be any.
You guys are gonna hate me for this. Your little steamer caplets. Never
Nice.
used it.
Minis? We're gonna
I
make that. We're
can't
gonna
wait.
fix that. We're gonna
I
fix
I
can't
that.
have
wait.
never used it. I've always wanted to be like, yeah, let's see. Swanky used it. So Swanky brought a tablet to the shop for this one car we had. Customer complained about like a dog smell, and he's like, "Oh, I got the thing." So he went to his car, he got it, and he used it. But I was not hands on with that car that day either. We had to film work, or I left early, administrative, whatever. So I've never used it. It's been used once in our shop. I would like to use that.
But you
So-
guys
That's all.
you do use the bombs though pretty regularly.
We
Right.
use the bombs. Yeah.
Yeah.
The bombs are our godsend. They really do. Anytime it's like animal odors, because we've got my dog shit in the car, my cat piss in the car.
Yeah. I peed in the car.
Yeah, I pee in the car. Anytime it's like bodily fluids of an organic thing, like your guys' little chlorine bio bombs have come in so clutch.
I
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
I don't get it. Why would you say that you peed in the car? I would still blame it on somebody else.
I would too.
Like I would
yeah.
never
And
go in and
customers
be like, "No,
admit Frankie
Jessica."
sucked
Like
in-
I mean, like I had a rough night. I peed in the car. It's like you got like I would. I just don't think I'd be able to stand in front of someone and be like, as a grown human being, I got too drunk last night and I peed in my vehicle. But you could easily be like, "Yo, I have my homies in the car. Dude peed in my car. I need you to take care of it," and you avoid the embarrassment.
No,
I'd have
I've
been
had
like, I was transporting 25 cats to a shelter. And
right.
I only had one cat carrier, and then it just got wild in there. So
Right.
So what about all right, so what's your fantasy car? Any car you could own, fantasy car, that is your car.
you're gonna hate this answer. I want a Suburban so bad.
A Chevy Suburban? Like
I
an
want a
old school
Suburban.
joint or a new one?
No, a new one. I really like
Okay.
the new ones. It's a nice luxury touch. It sounds really lame, but I'm very
No.
enmeshed with my friends, and we always roll 8 deep to every occasion.
No, I like it.
Perfect.
I would like to not have to take 2 cars to dinner. So, like for me, right now at this point in my life, the Chevy Suburban would like solve a lot of my problems. It would fit my 3 dogs. It would fit my entire friend group when we go to
Sure.
dinner.
You want a true third row. That's the thing.
I want a true third row because I have the Honda Odyssey, but it's small. It's not
Yeah.
luxury transportation for 8 people. It's like we
Nah,
can
not
get
for
8
8.
people there. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but we can get 8 people there.
My favorite
Yeah,
thing when I was selling cars was letting people know the reality of their life situation. They'd be like, "Listen, man, I want a third row, but I just don't want a minivan." I was like, "Well, let's go over here and look at the Suburban. You got a true third row. You ready to throw up 40 racks?" You know what I mean? They're like, "Nah, man." I was like, "Listen, I got to be honest with you. It's already over for you. You have 3 kids. Your in-laws are coming in. You got to make sure you have a third row so your in-laws aren't yelling at you for being too cheap for having a car.
Yeah.
Just buy the Sienna, man. Just be happy.
Pull the trigger.
Come on, let's go look
It's
at this
okay.
Toyota Sienna over here. It's got some nice wheels on it. Come on over here, buddy." That was my favorite thing. Because people were just
stealing the hopes of a man not having to get a man.
yeah, it was women too. They were like, "I don't want that. I don't want a soccer mom car." I'm like, here's the thing, man. Like, that's what a RAV is. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Well, it's just funny because like seasons change in life, right? Like I'm sure 5 years ago, if we asked you that question, you probably wouldn't have said a Suburban. Maybe you would have, you know what I mean? But for me, at least I know, like as I get older, the things that once were like the most important thing in the entire world to me really don't matter as much as they used
Yeah.
to, which like kind of allows you to kind
Your
of step
view
back.
shifts. Like first you're looking for like hot, sexy, cool, and then you get older and like life kind of gives you
Functionality,
that. I feel like I'm
utility.
getting- I
Yeah,
just want a
yeah, yeah.
practical car. I mean, I never thought I would have owned a minivan, and here I am with a Honda Odyssey. And then
Yeah.
even with the Honda Odyssey, I'm like, it fits 8 of us, but I want 8 of us to to sit in luxury because now we're like older, like we
Comfortably.
deserve like comfortable.
Yeah.
affordable
I don't want to be
Yeah.
like knee to knee with people, completely packed in like sardines. Like I want to give some leg room to my people.
the third row that used to always crack me up, and I used to be like, "This doesn't make sense." Is when they would like, "Do you have a 4Runner with a third row?" I'm like, "What are you gonna do with that? Like your knees are up here, like you already don't have any depth in the 4Runner to begin with.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a third row in the back. You think you're fooling someone? Like you're
Yeah.
basically like this in the back side.
Yeah. You could put one dog back there or 2 toddlers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it. So, worst car to detail, the one that you see coming, you're like, "This is not what I wanted to touch today." Like I always hear Toyota Prius, but is it going to be different? You know,
No, I don't mind the Prius. It's and I don't get them. I think I've only ever done 2. It's the Ford Flex. I hate it.
Yo, that's a wild.
Ford,
That was a wild comment. Or a wild pick.
Ford has bad carpet. Okay, so one, the carpet just holds onto everything. It's like Tesla carpet, but worse. And then
It
the
does, and
flex.
the edges fade out too,
Yeah.
which sucks. They wear real weird.
Christian
And then
has nightmares about carpet in cars at nighttime.
I
Literally.
couldn't tell you how many carpets I've done. It's ridiculous.
And then the flex just has this insanely unnecessary large like back
Yeah.
storage hatch trunk area.
It's
which
a
is just
weirdly
full
designed
of-
car.
Yeah, it's just full of bad carpet. So it's just a nightmare.
It is full of bad carpet.
Not
It's
a, not
like-
a fan of the Ford Flex.
That was
It's-
two unique picks between King of the Hill and the Ford Flex. I think that's two of the best, my favorite answers we've ever gotten because they're unique and different.
I don't know where we're going on this next one though. Crocs or not?
Crocs.
Okay. All right,
Okay.
we'll let you slide on that one.
Crocs all the way.
Oh, the audience doesn't like it.
Are we talking like a social work scenario, or are they a good shoe for like
What-
lounging?
All right, so are we wearing them in the shop or is it a lounging shoe?
I mean, am I going conspiracy theory and talking about how bad the plastics are leaching into the bottom of your feet, which are
don't
hormone
have enough time for that.
disruptors and
We don't
things
have
like that. So like, it really depends on where you want to go with the conversation.
I'm just talking about leisure versus some people I'll see will wear them at a function, you know.
Yeah.
Or like I know some guys like wearing them with no socks, especially if they're washing cars and stuff like that. Like I guess because your feet's getting wet. I hate wet feet.
No Crocs at work. No Crocs for social settings. But if I'm down bad and it's like a rough hangover morning, I will wear Crocs outside.
I can get that though, like especially if you're like it's a house where like you take your shoes off and your Crocs are there, like or I get it.
They're like house slippers on one would call them.
They're for me, Crocs are specifically a taking the dogs out shoe. So got 2 pairs of Crocs. They're always.
I do like that strategy because if you catch a bomb on your shoe, it's probably easy to clean.
Yeah, they're always by the front door or they're by the garage door. But I only take my dogs out with my Crocs on. I'm not gonna put a real shoe on, you know.
And you don't put the speed strap on. You just keep it down, so you just slide right in.
Just slide right in. But then, if it's like if it's a super late night and I want like a sweet treat from the drive-through and I'm staying in the car, the Crocs are going on. You know, I'm not leaving.
Anything's allowed at that point.
Listen, I mean, I feel like that's a fair explanation. I can understand it.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite thing to wear. I have shame and I won't wear them I won't wear them with like a regular outfit. If I'm in Crocs, like my whole outfit has to be bad so that the Crocs will tie in. And so people know
I can relate. Sure, I can understand that.
That makes sense.
If I ever owned a pair of Crocs, I think it would be a pair of camo Crocs. I just think that's what I would do.
I totally.
That's what I have.
That would be for real. That'd be the ones.
I hope someone gifts you like camo BioBomb Crocs or something like that.
Nah,
so you
don't
have
do
to
that.
obligate to wear
Crocs.
Yo, in the chat, 3D print them some Crocs camo BioBomb.
Nah, because I'm one of them people. I don't want to have them because then heaven forbid I like put them on my feet. I can admit that I'm wrong as a man at this point in my life, and I could be like, oh man, they're cool, and I don't want to be like they're cool. So just don't send me the damn Crocs.
He's gonna fall in love with them. Ketchup on eggs or not?
If you're in Europe, yes.
Interesting.
Otherwise, no.
You got some of the wildest answers.
If you're in Europe, so why do you say if you're in Europe? I'm just curious because I'm a big fan of English breakfast and there's ketchup going on.
Yeah, ketchup goes on because that's where it belongs. But if I'm going to like a proper like American diner, why would I put ketchup on eggs when there's like Cholula or Tabasco or just regular pepper?
That's what I'm talking about.
But when you're in England
and
you get your beans and toast and eggs and your little like tomatoes on the vine, like that's where ketchup belongs, on those eggs.
Yeah,
I could see that actually.
Minus the black pudding. I will never touch that ever again.
I haven't tried that either. I'm too afraid.
No, it's like coagulated. I don't even know what it's one of the most disgusting things I've ever eaten. It's blood pudding.
Blood? Yeah.
Blood pudding. It's like coagulated blood. Ugh.
I would try.
The same way. It's funny. The next thing I feel the same way about though, candy corn, yes or no?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Where's the cheering at? I got cheers somewhere over there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Godfrey hater.
Yeah, Yeah, I feel like that's eating wax personally.
It's
But, you know.
because your taste buds are not refined yet. Okay, all you
Refined for
people,
what?
it's a sweet honey sensation with them things. They have like a very like unique taste to them. Listen, man, the
I heard
tongue.
candy corn is made by the Ligma factory. I don't know if you heard that or not, but
No, don't ruin. Just do me a favor. Don't ruin my thing, okay? I enjoy candy corn a lot. Just ask the damn question. You don't got to go into how it's made or nothing like that or whatever.
go-to playlist in the trenches.
Always love this. It's got to be unique.
90s country.
Wow. See, now I asked Swanky, I said, what does she like? And I put some country songs on.
He did. Godfrey, nice job on the country pick for
And,
the.
But I was gonna go
That's very
90s country because I was like, I wonder if she gets into 90s because I'm not a country fan, but my dad was a huge country fan. Huge country fan. Like I'm talking like from the 70s all the way up to like the 2000s country.
Willie, Billy,
all of them.
Dolly,
Conway, you know,
yeah.
all those. So, wow, so you're a 90s country fan.
90s. I'll take 90s over 80s.
Bonnie Raitt and shit.
Bonnie Raitt. Well, mainly,
Wow.
my favorite is Alan Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, Alan Jackson's dope.
So how did you come to become a 90s country fan? Like how did this happen? There had to be an driving influence here.
I live in Orange County.
Okay.
I know for anyone outside of California, Orange County is this like country like dot of it's weird. Orange County is its own bubble, but there's a good amount of like just traditional like yeehaw kind of hit people here weirdly. And so we love country music, we love country things, but in the whole regular, I just grew up listening to country music, and then when streaming became a thing, you know, because like it's hard to get like get downloads on LimeWire back in the day and all that stuff. But when streaming became a thing,
yes, you must have been real young when that shit was out.
I was I was like,
yeah, you'd be like young.
It was it's just when streaming came about, I really just recently got into 90s country, maybe 10 years ago, because prior to that I would have said 2000s country, because that's what I grew up listening to. Was like Go Country 105 is the radio station here.
To open up the library to you. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 90s country is a recent development.
All right, so Snickers Army mount up.
I'm sorry.
2 more questions. I'm sorry.
I have to apologize to everybody.
She's okay. Listen, man, one of the favorite lines I've heard this week, it made me laugh out loud, is I watched her Vietnam video. I laughed out loud in my chair, and it was, I landed here and I expected to be teabagged by a blanket of humidity. And I just laughing for like 5 minutes. I was like, what the, because it was just like casual. And I was like, what was that? And it made me cry. So anyway, I know she can handle it. So Snickers, vein up or vein down?
Vein up.
Vein up. Okay. So regular. You're regular.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
She eats her Snickers bar like a normal human being.
And some people eat, I had someone tell me they eat the shell off first.
Is there a science to doing vein down?
Some people are, we've gotten the most unique answers on the show. Someone ate it with a fork. A girl said she eats it from the back. That was interesting. She got
shout out to Lindsay Rose.
Lindsay Rose was like, I was like, all right, Lindsay. And then, Lindsay was on fire. And then, we had someone tell us that they double stack it, so it gets the top, the roof, and the bottom. So yeah, crazy. So we've had weird answers, and we like weird here, obviously. But our last answer is our most serious question, and our most thought-provoking question, which is loyalty or respect. Which one do you choose? Only one.
Respect.
Okay.
I take respect. Yeah.
All right.
Respect. Yeah.
I think that might have to do with being within like this, from an immigrant family who's very, very Vietnamese. Loyalty's there. I've had it. I'm familiar with that. But what you don't always get as like the youngest female in the family is respect. So I think I crave that more because it wasn't commonplace for me like loyalty. Because in an Asian family, Asian communities, loyalty's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of
That's
sense.
an interesting perspective. I like
Chris
that.
M on point. The vein can intimidate some people. And then Guardian Tanner says it's better vein down. I don't know who Tanner is, but
Tanner's the original guy that started this chaos who won't even get on the podcast to say.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yep.
One last question I wanted to ask you because doing my research and knowing you're Vietnamese, and I saw you say in your video, I didn't really come here for the food because you were disappointed by some of the food halls that you went there at first in Vietnam. You said, Westminster has a pretty strong Vietnamese community. What if we're coming there to visit? Like, what's the spot we're going to? Like, yo, this is the place where you're gonna get some food here. That's gonna make you remember it. Sounds like there's a lot. Sounds there's a lot.
There's so much.
Give me the white guy starter dish. You know what I mean? Like if I haven't had
if you wanna keep it simple for white people, pretty much you're gonna love pho. That's entry level. Yeah. So you're gonna love pho. Yeah. But if you want to really get into the nuance of it, you move up to like northern Vietnam cuisine, which is like the opposite of pho. It's like a thicker noodle. It's a spicier sauce. It's a pork pho, and it's bún bò Huế. It's way better, I think.
Okay. So that's called what?
It's called sorry, let me say it white. Bún bò Huế.
That's funny.
It's called bún bò Huế. It's another noodle soup, but I think they're just so polar opposites. Like pho is on the sweeter side, bún bò Huế is like on the richer, like spicier side.
So I like that you say pho, because I have this argument with people all the time when they say pho. I'm like, it's not pho, it's pho. And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just working in the restaurant industry. I have Vietnamese clients that they told me.
Just ignorant Americans doing their thing.
I'm like, it's pho. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like,
pho's awesome, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. So all right, so
I got a great joint up the street from the house. It's like A1.
Yeah, that's
and it's getting cold, so it's about time.
Already, boom, but what? Already, you're fired.
So it's spelled BUNBOHUE. It's 3 words. But if you guys ever go to a Vietnamese restaurant and you see that option on there, like and you like pho, trust me, you'll like bún bò Huế way better.
Okay, nice.
Sounds good.
That's what I'm gonna do then next time. Yeah. Did you get jalapeno slices in it and stuff the same as pho or no?
No, that one, it's very red. The color of the broth reminds me a little bit like a watered down like pozole, but it's pork based, with like still beef slices in it. But I think the peppers that are used in there, I'm not quite sure. I think they're like Thai chilies, not jalapenos.
I don't think they need jalapenos. That from what I know, I don't think they're gonna need that. That's gonna be I
love spice.
They got their own spice going on. I love the chili oil, like you know what I mean, the chili oil.
Oh yeah, like Thai chili, pepper oil, or whatever. Heck yeah, man.
The homemade stuff though, the best I've ever had was in Vancouver, and it was this little spot, and it was homemade, like you could tell, like the store bought stuff isn't the same, but I always love putting that in there. But that's the spice, man. Yeah, you ain't gonna need no jalapenos with this. That's all I gotta say. I don't think so,
right.
But. That's all we got, folks. Tell them where they can find you, JT. A lot of people know, but kind of.
Well, if I feel like posting, you might see me on TikTok. JT Mobile Detailing. Still kept the original name from where it all started, even though we're here at Studio 94. And then on my Instagram, it's just my name, Tran Jessica, just inverted Tran Jessica 11. I never got around to changing any of my socials from when I started, so. I'm unfortunately not in line in uniform with my socials. You got to kind of hop around to find me.
People will find you. It's not that hard. They'll find you.
You're doing a pretty good job. People are finding you just fine, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Keep doing your thing.
That's all we got for tonight. Christian, you got anything else?
No, that's it, man. Obviously, thank everybody for tuning in. Jessica, we appreciate you having given us some of your time and having us on. And Godfrey, thanks for making this awesome connection last week, the week after SEMA, man.
Yeah, and guys, the holiday scents are coming. A little pre-release.
Look out for
Woods and peppermint patty coming soon, y'all.
Peppermint patty, like a York peppermint patty, like the old school commercial, right? Yeah, get that.
Woods. Shout out to the Woods Bar. Let's do that one.
Woods Bar. Yeah, there you go.
All right, y'all. Peace, everybody. See you next week.
Sorry, it went a little longer. You were such a good.